I'm Fred Sussman, counsel to the board. I'd like to call the roll. David Ferguson,
Here.
Jody Hoonstar,
Here.
Jan Rutke,
Here,
Paul Doherty. Paul? You unmute yourself, please.
All right, how about now?
That's
Okay.
good. Thank you. All right, and Kelly Stewart. Let the record reflect that Kelly Stewart does not appear to be with us, and we are convened by Zoom, of which proper notice has been given to the public. The limited purpose of this meeting is to elect a chair and vice chair of the Board of Appeals. The previous chair and vice chair have both resigned, leaving vacancies in both of those positions. So we'll start with the chair first, and I would entertain a nomination from any member of the board for either him or herself or another member of the board to serve as chair.
I will nominate Dave Ferguson as chairman.
Paul, I'm going to need to decline on that. I had spoken with the mayor about that, and because I am closing on a house down here in the Villages tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing the snowbird thing, I don't think it's appropriate, for me to chair the Board of Appeals if I'm not a full-time resident.
Okay,
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Do I hear another nomination for chair? Dave?
I would recommend Jody Hoonstar.
I have a nomination for Jody Hoonstar for chair. Is there a second of that nomination?
I second it.
Seconded by Ms. Rutke. Are there any other nominations for chair? Hearing none, all those in favor, I'll tell you what, I'll do it by roll call, be a little bit easier. Mr. Ferguson,
Yes. Aye.
Mr. Hoonstar,
Yep.
Ms. Rutke,
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Doherty.
yes,
So 4 votes in the affirmative, none in the negative. Ms. Rutke, Mr. Hoonstar, you are elected as chair. Congratulations.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Mr. Hoonstar, now that you are chair, would you like to take over the meeting and entertain vice chair, or would you like me to finish up the meeting?
You please feel free to finish up for this.
Okay, we now have the position of vice chair open for nominations. Do I hear any nominations for the position of vice chair?
I know he's a new member, but I've worked with Paul Doherty for years on the Chesapeake Station HOA, and he is an extremely adept administrator, and I would recommend Paul. I don't know if he's comfortable with it. I haven't spoken with him about it, but I would recommend Paul Doherty.
We have a nomination of Paul Doherty. Is there a second to that nomination?
Yes, I second it.
Okay, Mr. Doherty, if you receive the number of affirmative votes, would you accept the position?
I appreciate the nomination, but being very new to the board, I don't feel comfortable at this time to assume the vice chairmanship.
Okay, so you're asking that your nomination be withdrawn?
Yes, please.
Okay. The nomination will be so withdrawn. Is there another nomination for vice chair?
Let me try again. I'll nominate Jan Rutke as the vice chair.
Nomination for Jan Rutke as vice chair. Is there a second for that nomination?
Seconded.
Seconded by Mr. Hoonstar. Ms. Rutke, would you accept if you receive the requisite number of votes?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Any other nominations for vice chair? Hearing none, all in favor, I'll do a roll call. Again, Mr. Ferguson, this is for Ms. Rutke as vice chair.
Yes.
Mr. Hoonstar,
Yes.
Ms. Rutte,
Yes,
Mr. Doherty.
Yes,
Okay, congratulations, Ms. Rutte. So
thank you, sir.
your team is Mr. Hoonstar is chair and Ms. Rutte is vice chair.
Wonderful.
That was the only item of business on the agenda. I know that Sharon is trying to schedule a date for your first hearing as this particular group of the Board of Appeals. And the date I know that we've been looking at is the 27th of April, but I'm sure there'll be more communications as we go along in the next few days about that. So is there any other business that any member of the board want to bring up? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
I second.
Motion made by Ms. Rutte, seconded by Mr. Ferguson. All in favor of adjourning, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? None, ayes have it, and we are adjourned. Have
Thank
a
you,
good
Fred.
evening.
Thank you, Mr. Sussman.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Be healthy and safe, everybody, and stay out of trouble.
Okie
too.
dokie, thank you.
And enjoy your time in Florida, Mr. Ferguson.